Before humans built cities, before roads cut across the land, before even the greatest beasts ever walked the earth, there was a giant that chose the ocean. Not a monster, not a myth, but a living, breathing titan. This is the Kalunta blue whale, the largest animal to have ever existed on this planet. Larger than any dinosaur, heavier than any machine humanity has ever built. A moving continent of flesh and bone, gliding silently beneath the waves. To understand the blue whale, you must first understand scale. A fully grown blue whale can reach lengths of over 30 meters. Its weight can exceed 180 tons. Its heart alone weighs as much as a small car, each beat echoing through its massive body like a distant drum. When it surfaces to breathe, the ocean itself seems to pause. A towering column of mist explodes into the air, visible from kilometers away. One breath, and the sea knows the giant has arrived. Yet despite its unimaginable size, the blue whale moves with grace. Its movements are slow, deliberate, almost gentle. Every sweep of its tail sends ripples through the water, bending the ocean around its presence. This is not an animal that conquers through violence. This is an animal that dominates through existence alone. The blue whale belongs to a group known as baleen whales. Unlike predators armed with teeth and claws, blue whales feed using baleen, long comb-like plates that hang from their upper jaws. Their prey is among the smallest creatures in the ocean. Krill. Tiny shrimp-like animals, no bigger than a human finger. And yet, these microscopic lives fuel the largest body Earth has ever produced. When a blue whale feeds, it performs one of nature's most extraordinary acts. It accelerates forward, opens its mouth wide, and engulfs an entire cloud of water and krill. Its throat expands like a parachute, stretching to impossible limits. Then slowly, methodically, it pushes the water out through its baleen, trapping the krill inside. In a single mouthful, a blue whale can consume millions of living creatures. Tons of life, filtered in seconds. This instinct, this precision, has been perfected over millions of years. Blue whales roam nearly every ocean on Earth, from the frozen feeding grounds of the polar seas to the warm, calm waters of the tropics where they breed and give birth. They are travelers without borders, nomads of the deep, following ancient routes written not on maps but in memory. Their journeys span thousands of kilometers. And yet, even across these vast distances, blue whales are never truly alone. They communicate through sound, low-frequency calls so powerful they can travel hundreds, sometimes thousands, of kilometers underwater. These are not simple noises. They are songs, deep, resonant, and haunting. Each call carries information, location, identity, readiness to mate. In the darkness of the deep ocean, sound becomes sight. This is how giants find one another. When a blue whale calf is born, it enters the world already enormous. At birth, a calf can weigh as much as a fully grown elephant. And it will grow rapidly, gaining up to 90 kilograms every single day. For months, the calf stays close to its mother, swimming beneath her massive body, learning roots, rhythms, and survival. The bond between mother and calf is powerful, protective, silent. Milk rich in fat fuels the calf's explosive growth, and in just a few short years, the calf will become one of the largest beings on the planet. Despite their size, blue whales are peaceful creatures. They do not hunt other animals. They do not fight for dominance. They do not kill for sport. For most of their existence, they have had no natural predators, except one: humans. In the 20th century, industrial whaling changed everything. Ships equipped with harpoons and engines hunted blue whales relentlessly. Their immense size, once their greatest advantage, became their greatest weakness. They were slow, they were visible, they were valuable. In just a few decades, populations that once numbered in the hundreds of thousands were reduced to mere thousands. Entire generations erased, songs silenced. The ocean grew quieter. By the time the world realized what was happening, the blue whale stood on the edge of extinction. Today, blue whales are the endless blue of our planet. Where the horizon melts into water and sky, a journey begins. Not a short journey, not a simple migration, but an odyssey older than human memory. Beneath the surface of the world's oceans swims a being so immense, so ancient, that it reshapes our understanding of life itself. This is not just an animal. It is a living continuum of Earth's history. This is the Kuntukon blue whale seal, the largest animal to have ever existed on this planet. Larger than the greatest dinosaurs that once ruled the land. Heavier than any machine humans have ever built. A giant born not of myth or legend, but of evolution, time, and instinct. To understand the blue whale, we must understand its journey. A journey written across oceans, generations, and millennia. Each year, the odyssey begins in the coldest places on Earth. In polar waters where sunlight is scarce and life clings to the edge of survival, vast blooms of krill fill the seas. Here, blue whales feed. They arrive silently, massive shadows moving beneath the ice-lined waters. With mouths wide enough to engulf small rooms, they surge forward, swallowing entire clouds of krill in a single motion. Water rushes in, baleen plates filter it out, and life, millions upon millions of tiny creatures, is captured to fuel something far greater. This feeding season is critical. Blue whales must consume enormous amounts of food, storing energy as thick layers of blubber beneath their skin. Because once the feeding ends, the true journey begins. An instinct awakens, a pull stronger than hunger, stronger than comfort, stronger than fear, and the giants turn toward warmer waters. They travel thousands of kilometers across open ocean, crossing invisible highways carved by generations before them. No maps guide them, no landmarks mark the way, only memory and instinct. This is the continuum. Knowledge passed not through words, but through survival. As they travel, blue whales communicate using sound. Low-frequency calls so powerful they can travel hundreds, even thousands, of kilometers through the ocean. These calls are not random. They carry identity, location, readiness. In the vast darkness of the deep sea, sound becomes connection. It is how solitary giants find one another across impossible distances. Eventually, the cold blues fade into warm turquoise. The water softens. The ocean calms. The destination has been reached. Here, in tropical and subtropical seas, feeding stops. Energy is conserved, and reproduction begins. Male blue whales announce their presence through song. Deep, resonant calls pulse through the water, each one a declaration of endurance and strength. There are no battles, no displays of violence. Instead, females listen. They choose mates based on timing, stamina, and instinct, selecting those capable of surviving the long journey ahead. Mating occurs in open water. No nests are built, no territory is claimed. Precision, and biology refined over millions of years. Once conception occurs, a quiet transformation begins. For nearly 12 months, the female carries new life within her massive body. A calf grows in darkness, nourished and protected as the mother continues her slow, deliberate movements through the sea. This pregnancy is an act of endurance. The mother feeds little during this time, relying on stored energy to sustain both herself and the growing calf. Then, in warm, shallow waters, the moment arrives. Birth. The calf enters the world tail first, instinctively guided toward the surface for its first breath. Already enormous, the newborn blue whale can weigh as much as an adult elephant. Yet despite its size, it is fragile. The ocean is vast, and danger is everywhere. The bond between mother and calf forms instantly. The calf stays close, swimming beneath the mother's shadow, learning her rhythms and movements. Milk rich in fat flows from the mother, fueling extraordinary growth. The calf can gain up to 90 kilograms every single day, one of the fastest growth rates in the animal kingdom. This is the continuum in motion. Knowledge passes silently. Roots are memorized. Songs are learned. Soon it is time to move again. The return journey begins, back toward the polar feeding grounds. This time, the calf travels alongside the mother, experiencing the odyssey for the first time, learning where to dive, when to surface, how to follow the ancient paths written into the species itself. Years will pass before the young whale reaches maturity, decades before it is capable of reproduction. This slow life cycle defines the blue whale's existence and its vulnerability, because when a species reproduces slowly, every loss matters. For most of its evolutionary history, the blue whale had no natural predators. Its size was protection enough, until humans arrived. In the 20th century, industrial whaling brought the blue whale to the edge of extinction. Powered ships and explosive harpoons hunted these giants relentlessly. Their massive bodies were harvested for oil, meat, and profit. In just a few decades, populations collapsed. Hundreds of thousands were reduced to mere thousands. Entire migration routes fell silent. Songs disappeared from the ocean. Although commercial whaling has largely ended, modern threats remain. Cargo ships now cross ancient whale highways. One collision can end a life that took decades to grow. Underwater noise from engines, sonar, and drilling interferes with communication, masking the songs whales rely on to find mates and maintain connection. Climate change alters krill distribution, threatening the very foundation of the blue whale's diet. And yet, they endure. Blue whales continue their odyssey. They continue the continuum. They continue the cycle of life that began long before humans ever looked toward the sea. Their presence shapes the ocean itself. By feeding and migrating, blue whales help circulate nutrients through vast stretches of sea. Their waste fertilizes phytoplankton, tiny drifting organisms, responsible for producing a large portion of the oxygen we breathe. In protecting blue whales, we protect the ocean. And in protecting the ocean, we protect ourselves. To witness a blue whale in the wild is to feel humbled, not insignificant, but reminded. Reminded that Earth's greatest stories are not written in books, but in living beings that move quietly beneath the waves. The blue whale is not just a species, it is an odyssey without end, a continuum of life stretching across generations, a process of reproduction so slow, so deliberate that it demands patience, responsibility and respect. As long as the giant still swims, as long as calves are born in warm waters, as long as songs echo across the deep, the story continues. This is the blue whale. The ocean's endless journey and its future now rests with us. If this story moved you, help keep it alive. Subscribe for more cinematic documentaries that give voice to the ocean's giants. Share this story so others can understand why these creatures matter. And if there's an animal, rare, ancient, or misunderstood, you want us to explore next, tell us in the comments. Your attention is protection. Your curiosity shapes the next chapter.